summertime. When it's summertime. Summertime. Oh, in my heart. Oh, in Yahshua save me. Oh, your life be me. Oh, when it's winter, when it's summer in my heart. Oh, when it's summertime. In my heart. When it's summertime.
Consider how the burden was rough and tough. It was heavy. The load was heavy. You live under uncertainty, pretty much as we are living today. But Yahweh sent a man, Moses, to lighten your burden. That was a physical deliverance. And the book says, when it was all over, when they realized, really, I'm really free, Yahweh said, go down and look at the seashore. What did they see when they take a look? All the dead bodies of their oppressors, the carcasses of their oppressors. Now, that is it. That's how it will be for you and I when Yahweh finds favor in your life. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! When He finds favor in your life, He said He make even your enemy to be at peace with you. Now, after you take that mental flight, I want you to travel on back to the future. And I want you to take a mental trip and pause right at Calvary's some 2,000 years ago. And I want you to look at the man who was innocent, free from sin. Oh, yeah. A man who was pure in heart. But Yahweh sent him. Can I get a witness? Hallelujah. For Yahweh so loved the world that He sent His only Son. And I know all of us in this room who have a boy child. And if you only want one boy child, you would not give up that child for wicked people. Before you give up that child for wicked people, or you give up your son for wicked people, you would make sure kill off the people that he was going to save. If he was to save a group of people, but he had to die, you would make sure go kill off them people there, so that your son won't die. Oh yeah. But Yahweh's love is so wonderful. Hallelujah. And even when his son Yahshua, at a certain point, Yahshua said, if it is possible, Father. You know, you see how obedient Yahshua is. Oh, yes. He said, if it's possible, Father, take this cup from me. It was a moment in time when Yahshua prayed and he saw the sins of the world. He felt the agony, the burden of the sins of the world. And then he saw the nail and the armor coming towards his hand. Before they reached him, he saw it. Can you imagine, says? Can you imagine, you picture somebody going to come and nail you and you saw that before? I guarantee many of us will run and probably drown into the sea. Some of us will go into the sea and say, you know, I'd rather take a drowning than that type of death. Somebody talk to me. Yeah. Some of us will run and take some pill to knock out ourselves instead of get that cruel death. But Yahshua went all the way to Calvary. He went for me. Yahshua went for me. Yahshua went for me. Oh.
shall wash them all away and they pardon me. Oh no, I have so many, many that shall wash them all away and they pardon me. Say, all the way to Calvary went for me. Yahshua went for me. Yahshua went for me. All the way to Calvary went for me. And now it sets me free.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Has he had done? It means that has he bear for us?
Oh, yeah.
So we must bear for one another.
Yeah.
It also means that as he was crucified for us, so sometime in our life we'll be crucified with the tongue. But we should say, hallelujah anyhow.
Hallelujah.
But I fear some of us won't reach that point yet, but we must reach there. Because the time is coming when our very own will deny us,
Oh, yeah.
will sell us out.
Yeah.
Only those who will not do it
Oh, yeah.
are those who are rooted and grounded.
Yeah.
When you are rooted and grounded in the word of Yahweh, you will overcome the tempter
Hallelujah.
and all the trials that they bring along your way. But if you are not rooted and grounded, you may be like Judas Iscariot, who in a moment of weakness, because he knew Yahshua was powerful and is powerful, he thought Yahshua would escape out of the wicked man's hand. But that was his destiny.
Oh, yes.
Some of us may look at loved one and say, that one is faithful to Father Yahweh. So if I put him in trouble, he will get out. It won't happen like that. Maybe you who put the individual in trouble was always inconsistent in your faith. And at that moment, that individual will have to suffer for Messiah's sake. And then what will happen to you? You will go away just like Judas and hang yourself.
Oh, yeah.
For what you have done
Oh, yeah.
to a loving brother or sister who do you no harm. But if you are persuaded, we will say, what then shall separate me from the love of Messiah? So, since Messiah has risen, let us make sure he's not risen outside of our body, but he's risen where?
Inside.
I want you to know that when he's risen inside of you and I, we talk like Yahshua. Somebody?
Yeah.
We walk like Yahshua. Somebody? We
Yeah.
love like Yahshua.
Yes.
And we forgive like Yahshua.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, some of us have this tendency to love Yahshua in a church. When we're inside the church. When we're inside the literal building.
Yes.
And we are so nice and bosom body. Hello!
Yes.
Bosom body, we do everything nice inside the temple. We are very stoic, pleasant, ladylike, gentlemanlike.
Yes.
But when we step out of the temple, Mr. Vagabond take over.
Yes.
Mr. Lego Beast take over. And Mistress Cantankerous take over.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But when Messiah risen in you, I'm a new creation. I'm a brand new one. All things are passed away.
I'm born again. I'm more than conqueror. That's what I am.
That's who I am.
I'm a new creation. I'm a brand new man. I'm a new creation. I'm a brand new man. All things are passed away. I'm born again. I'm more than conqueror.
since this is, now I want you to understand why I'm emphasizing on those elements that reverberate from within the human soul. It's because we were born in sin and we were shaped in iniquity, and our body was leavened body, full of sin, full of sinful desires. But that night, when we eat the body of Messiah, Yahshua, we partake of his unleavened body, a body without sin. So when we take that emblem of unleavened bread, we actually were transfused by his body and blood. That means Yahshua began to take a permanent residence. He began to clarify all the leavens and all the sinful things that are in us, as long as we yield. And you know, sometimes people resist against medicine. Can I get a witness? Some people have strong resistance against medicine, or some people resist that is good. Or let me break it down. Some people despise the things that are good and love those things which are bad for them. What I mean by that, you give people good encouragement, instruction. You just bomb through one ears. And somebody outside here, or even somebody inside, give you some bad instruction. You just laugh and say, oh, that's so nice, man. Okay, I'm going to try. Yes. But when Messiah unleavened body is in you, it will control your mind. Oh, yeah. Why? Because it rule inside. The spirit of grace now what? Begin to rule. He ruleth the water, the wind and the sea. He calleth the heaven by his decree. No matter what the enemy bring our way, Yahweh is in control. Yahweh is in control. Oh, Yahweh is in control. Yahweh is in control. Yahweh is in control. Yes, he ruleth the water, the wind and the sea. He calleth the heaven by his decree. No matter what the enemy bring our way, Yahweh is in control. 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 For he build them kingdoms and he break them down. He deliver his people who are bound. Hallelujah, Yahshua, break the curse.